The start of CRL West is here with the comeback of Fantasy Royale. In the first week, we saw some interesting roster changes, the most notable being Boothmac, previously on Liquid, the champions of CRL West last season, moving to NRG. The first week was filled with a lot of incredibly close games, and some interesting teams moving into the spotlight that were never given a second thought before. Fantasy Royale has also returned, with every player hoping that they're able to get that top team in order to win the massive pile of gems at the end. If you want to know the best players to include in your draft, stick around at the end of the video, where we'll be breaking down the current crown count and revealing some promising players. In the first match, we see Canario going up against Skills, showing a promising start to CRL. Canario and Surgical Goblin had just finished sweeping the 2v2 set against Dignitas. Moving on to King of the Hill, Canario beats both Oxalate and Blaze, making it look easy. In the final match against Skills, Canario takes an early lead while running a Mega Knight balloon deck. While Canario does get the early lead, he moves in aggressively to take the tower that he had lowered so much beforehand. This opens up an opportunity for Skills to move in hard against the bottom right tower. The exchange ends in a tower trade. However, Canario takes a chunk of damage out from the main king tower. The back and forth action suddenly goes to another level when Skills lowers Canario's left princess tower to under 700 HP. Canario, recognizing an opportunity, decides to make a move against the main king tower, a move that will pay off in the end, rewarding him with a 3 crown and a full sweep against Dignitas.
Jump was huge, Rich. Wow, down to 400 HP.
Oh, wow. And I think that's still going to be it. I think Skills still has it. The zap, though. What a zap from Canario.
Oh, my word. Down to 272.
And
Canario in a lot of trouble.
I don't believe that's logged lightning range, Rich. I think he needs one more little hit in there.
Canario loading up. Now Miner coming in. Can Skills pick up the Miner? Canario goes to the right-hand side. Not going to be enough.
There's
down
the
to 24
zap.
HP.
He does it! Oh my goodness!
Next, we see Cream versus SK Gaming. Exchanging 2v2 games, this match was the determining factor to see who would walk away with the set victory. SK Gaming had a clear edge over Cream Esports, as both towers were down to under 1000 HP. With a Royal Hog deck, SK Gaming was able to apply constant pressure on both lanes, forcing Cream to stay on their toes. With an aggressive graveyard, Cream goes all in on the right-hand side, playing a small amount of defense. The game suddenly becomes a tower race, in which Cream comes out on top.
See there the defense from Cream. Goblin Cage in the center, Fisherman down by the King Tower, and a Dark Prince up high mitigates 100% of that Royal Hog damage.
Not this time. Nope. 792 left-hand side. 20 seconds away from sudden death.
Yeah, very nice Royal Hog cycle that SK's found themselves in.
And Magic Archer just not quite forward enough to get that extra tower damage. Graveyard comes down for Cream. An offensive and defensive poison, and the freeze in as well.
Goblin Brawler on the tower. Or, excuse me, defending the tower, stays just alive. 379 remains.
And Cream's been doing a good job of keeping those Magic Archers getting too much value on tower, but here they have to get in quick. That's a lot of piggies. Fireball down, left-hand side. We are in a tower race, and Cream takes it! Wow!
In the 2v2 set of Pain Gaming versus Tribe Gaming, Pain was at an early advantage with a Musketeer connection and balloon death damage. Tribe, however, in a typical graveyard fashion, makes a massively aggressive play with their graveyard, and end up taking their own chunk from Pain's tower. Suddenly, the game was a lot closer. Tribe keeps the pressure up, but is met by a defensive freeze, successfully holding back the offensive push that was attempted. Both sides suddenly attempt a Hail Mary and go for their respective towers. Tribe uses a defensive tornado, while Pain has nothing to defend against Tribe's push. Thus, Tribe wins the game by mere moments.
Barrel not really being in the meta anymore, Log obviously does pop up, but not as often as Barb Barrel did, which gives these bait-style decks just a little bit more effectiveness here in this third season.
Yeah, so far just Zap and Snowball as small spells on the left-hand side, or for Pain on the left-hand side. A lot of damage here.
Oh, and that Prince is on tower. Miner comes in.
Last-second defensive Miner saves what could have been a whole lot worse. Pain still in the lead, but
yeah.
Tribe's starting to fire back.
Yeah, this is when you think Tribe's just got to just pedal to the metal. I get the idea behind that defensive freeze, nothing to tank for the skeletons. And it actually pays off pretty well. I like that.
It's the High Musketeer in support, Andrew, I think, that really made the difference, but don't know if this will be enough to hold off against this double Prince onslaught.
Once again, that defensive Miner coming in at the very last second. Is that Graveyard an over-expenditure? We're about to find out.
NATO trying to hold back, but now you have a raged up balloon. Freeze comes in.
235.
Oh, wow!
In what were probably the two most impressive plays in CRL West Week 1, Sergio Ramos takes a victory over Canario, allowing his team to continue forward in the 2-0ing of Team Liquid. A near mirror matchup finds Sergio and Canario as both try to take advantage of any mistakes that are made. Canario, seeing an opportunity, makes a move on the bottom left tower. In what seems like a very difficult situation, Sergio waits for the second skeleton barrel to pop and plants a perfectly timed tornado to save a massive amount of HP on his princess tower.
Does not quite go down. Will Fire Spirits help? They are not quite there. Yes, look at that.
Wow.
Beautiful tornado play by Sergio Ramos. Saves a lot of damage.
Soon after, the opportunity finds Sergio, who makes his own play against Canario's top left tower. A defensive witch is played, but Sergio tornadoes it away to the opposite lane, removing any counters against him. With this play, he takes the victory away from Canario, handing him his first loss.
Good position right now, and look at that NATO.
Could be huge, Rich. He does miss the clone on the Skelly Barrel, but it doesn't matter. Those skeletons are getting tanked for by the flying machine. That is gonna do it.
Wow, Sergio Ramos pulling a fast one.
Misfits against Fnatic. The outcome seemed clear. Fnatic should take the game because of Misfits' record in the past. However, this couldn't have been further from the truth. With a sweep in 2v2 and down to one win away from Misfits, Yadai was feeling the pressure of the importance of winning in order to extend his team's life. With an early lead, Yadai seemed to have Wing's fate in his hands. But with an offensive push and a perfect lightning, Wings was able to get the Princess Tower to retarget onto his baby dragon, conserving the life of his Royal Giant and moving in for the kill to take their victory over Fnatic.
Wings will get at least one shot.
Ooh, that is a big lightning.
Yeah, that lightning just extended the life of that Royal Giant, retargeting, and now suddenly Wings takes the lead in the final 30 seconds.
He screams into the lead. I will give credit to your eye dropping that Mega Minion almost instantaneously to pick up the Baby Dragon after the lightning came down. Very, very well played. Heads up defense, but still only 343 remaining. This is going to be Wings' game. He's just a lightning away. Doesn't even need it.
Needs to hold off on that backside, does his job, and there you go. Wings closing things out for Misfits in style.
So there you have it, the CRL West Week 1 highlights. Are there any highlights that you think should have been included? Let me know in the comments below. Now, let's take a look at the standings. At the top, we have Immortals and SK Gaming at 2-0. Following them, Misfits and Pain Gaming at 1-0. Then it's Fnatic, Team Liquid, Team Queso, Complexity all at 1-1. Following them is Tribe Gaming and Dignitas at 0-1, and at the bottom of the board we have Cream Esports and Energy at 0-2. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into the most anticipated part of the video, the crown count. In the first position, we have Canario from Team Liquid. with a total of 8 crowns. Up next is Royale with 7 crowns, the God RF with 6 crowns, and Ah Crap with 6 crowns, all from Immortals. Following the Immortals team is Trainer Chris from Team Misfits with 6 crowns as well. Next up is Pompeo, also with a total of 6 crowns. Following Pompeo is Javi14 from SK Gaming with 5 crowns. Last on the list is Wings with a total of 5 crowns from Misfits. With all this in mind, it's important to remember not to stack all of your players on one team. Going off of the stats that we have so far, I recommend going with Canario, either the God RF or Ah Crap, Trainer Dippets, and possibly Pompeo from Pre. The reason I choose Ah Crap and the God RF over Royale is because they're both involved in the 2v2 and King of the Hill section, while Royale is safe for the 1v1 section and King of the Hill section. Immortals is a fairly strong team, and therefore don't often use Royale as much because they don't need to. However, I think it's important to keep an eye on Boofmac and Wings, as Boofmac is a strong carry for NRG, and Wings is a fairly high on the crown count. If it was me, my team would consist of Canario, Ah Crap, Boofmac, and Trainer Dippets. Even though you may have already created your draft, this list is important to note as you can trade out your players coming next Saturday. This list will be reset in the coming games, and I'll have an updated crown count list after the weekend's games. That's going to be all for today. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to subscribe for more CRL West.